This is Callum Johnson, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
What's happening? This is Joshua Buatsi, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Well, so Eddie Hearn has revealed that he has made an offer to Callum Johnson to take on Joshua Buatsi toward the end of the year, at some point in November. Now, first of all, there's going to be a couple of issues. Okay, first of all, money is going to be an issue. Callum Johnson's trainer, Joe Gallagher, he said that why is it that professional footballers and other sports people, they're not having to take a pay cut, so why is it that professional boxers have to take a pay cut? Okay, so there's going to be some issues as far as the finances are concerned. The other concern at the minute is Joshua Buatsi going to be ready because of what happened this past Sunday against College, where his left eye got virtually closed in that one. So again, we'll have to wait and find out how Joshua Buatsi's eye is going to be. Can he make that kind of day? Again, questions that have to be answered. Now, for me, I want to see this fight. I really, really want to see Buatsi and Callum Johnson, or throw Anthony Yard in the mix, or Lyndon Arthur, or Dan Aziz. Here in the UK, we are producing some fantastic light heavyweights. Some of them go way under the radar. On top of the names that we just mentioned, we do have some other ones as well that I think need a little bit of rebuilding and could potentially get back in the mix, like a Hosea Burton, like a Lawrence Osaweki, and maybe a Ricky Summers, and a few others. Okay, so here in the UK, we're quite blessed with a good pool of light heavyweights. Now, as far as the fight with Joshua Buatsi and Callum Johnson is concerned, one of the issues that I have, well, in fact there's a couple of issues really. The first one is the fact that why is Eddie Hearn putting an offer now when Buatsi's just had a fight? In the sense of, because Callum Johnson, he's been out of the ring for a long time. In fact, unfortunately for him, he's been plagued by injuries for the past couple of years. But for me, I want to see Callum Johnson have a couple of fights on the bounce so he's in form. Because I want to know who's the best light heavyweight between them two. I want to see Buatsi on form. I want to see Callum Johnson on form. So therefore, come fight night, no excuses that one is inactive. Maybe that's why they lost, blah, blah, blah. I don't want no excuses. So for me, give Callum Johnson a couple of easy wins, shall we say. Maybe a couple of gatekeepers or some contenders, like European kind of level, something like that. A couple of guys who's going to give him some rounds. That's what Callum Johnson needs. He needs rounds. Of course, he can do all this in sparring with the likes of Callum Smith and whomever else, Hosea Burton, of course, and that's around, but nothing quite like fight night. Same with Joshua Buatsi. He's only had one fight in the past year. And maybe that's one of the reasons why at times he struggled a little bit in that fight. Okay? Maybe that's why he was getting caught at times, because of the inactivity. So for me, I want to see them two coming in after a couple of wins and then getting it on. So there's no excuses of inactivity. Okay, but one of the issues I have is, for me, this shows that who it is that Eddie Hearn actually wants to win between Buatsi and Callum Johnson. And I think that he wants Joshua Buatsi to win that fight. Now, why do I say that? Well, first of all, Eddie Hearn, he said quite a few times that he believes Joshua Buatsi could well be the next pay-per-view attraction here in the UK. So that's what he's banking on. So in other words, he needs him to beat Callum Johnson. Now, don't get me wrong, he likes Callum Johnson and he will always support Callum Johnson. Of course he will. But against Buatsi, not so much. Again, Buatsi, he's an anti-Joshua fighter. So Buatsi, he's come back, he's had a fight, he's got some rounds, he's knocked off a bit of ring rust. Callum Johnson hasn't. Is that why the offer's coming now? Get Callum Johnson while he has plenty of ring rust. Is that reason why? That's why I'm saying, for me, Buatsi, Callum Johnson needs to have a couple of fights and then get it on in maybe February time. As much as I want to see that fight, of course I do. And I know you guys do as well. And my comments there will probably go down like a lead balloon for some people. But hopefully you understand what it is what it is I'm trying to say, where I want to know who is the better guy. Now, in an ideal world, I think for me personally, Callum Johnson, he goes after the European light heavyweight title. That was meant to be the original plan anyway. Okay, go after that one, grab that belt. In the meantime, let's see Buatsi versus Anthony Yard. Or if Lyndon Arthur beats Anthony Yard, let's see Buatsi versus Lyndon Arthur. And then Callum Johnson gets that European belt and defends it against Buatsi, Yard, whoever it may be. I think that would be the better way of doing it. And I know it means waiting an extra couple of months. Hey, it is what it is. For me, I want no excuses of, well, Callum Johnson, he was inactive, blah, 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 or Joshua Buatsi, he came through life and death in his last fight, and quite clearly he's still not quite recovered from it. I want no excuses. For me, who wins is whoever wins, okay? Of course, Callum Johnson, he's featured on this channel a couple of times. He's a fantastic lad. I met Joshua Buatsi as well. In fact, I was quite surprised how tall Joshua Buatsi was. Now, I'm 6'2", and he's there or thereabouts, my kind of height. I'm thinking, how on earth do you make light heavyweight? I couldn't make light heavyweight. But anyway, it is what it is. For me, I want to see these two fight. Of course I do. But I want to see them both fight when they've knocked off ring rust. I don't want no excuses for either fighter. That's my honest thoughts on it. Anyway, if it gets done, of course we're going to watch it. Of course we will. But either way, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's what's going on. Eddie Hearn is putting an offer to Callum Johnson to take on Joshua Buatsi, either November or a bit later in the year. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.